All right, guys. This is going to be a different type of video, but I felt like I needed to share this. Um, I have a group that I've created called Prophetic Crypto Insight. You can see that there's 7 of us. And I had a dream. This was on June 8th of this year. And I feel like the Lord tonight is saying, release this dream. I do feel like there are prophetic qualities to this dream. I even feel like it's actually confirmation to some people who are going to be watching this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this and then I'm going to explain to you guys what I believe is coming. I'm not going to do a lot of technical analysis, but sometimes, I've seen it. You guys, very quick backstory. My best entries into cryptocurrency have all been from hearing the voice of the Lord, timing the bottom of Bitcoin at $15,900. That was the voice of the Lord who told me to get in there. That was not from technical analysis. The 2 best entries we got in 2024, we got into the market and Coinbase actually stopped trading because there was so much volume that went through the market that day. And those were all actually in my living room praying with the Lord before I came into my office here to start work. And I really do believe I heard my Father's voice. And guys, I never thought I'd be on YouTube here talking about cryptocurrency and how God speaks to me, but he has had a clear track record, and it seems that he's doing something prophetically. So let me share this dream I had. So I'll just read that out here verbatim, and you guys can just listen here. I said, okay, guys, this is a weird one, but here we go. Last night I dreamt that my neighbor was hooking me up with 10x speed internet. I then went outside the front door and clearly saw that it was fall because the leaves had changed colors, but it was snowing. I asked the Lord if this meant anything, and I felt like we were going to head into a 10x for investment soon, but the snow will come in fall. Okay. I took snow falling as the bear market that starts normally in January and February and March of 2026, which is based off the 4-year halving cycle, to actually be sped up and start in the fall of this year, meaning the top of altcoins and Bitcoin could come in fall 2025, and then we would see the markets collapse after that, leaving people holding the bag who thought the normal cycle would play out until November or December. I feel like this is a message I'm supposed to share publicly on YouTube to keep, I feel like this is a message I'm not supposed to share publicly on YouTube to keep private for some reason, and only those, basically I feel like the Lord wants me to share it with. Tonight I felt like this was the time to release this. So based off this, guys, I do feel like, and I feel like I can see this happening, that we are going to go into an altcoin run here. I think between now, recording this video, which is it's going to be published on 9/12, I believe we're going to go into an acceleration phase of cryptocurrencies. I believe gold and silver specifically are going to go into an acceleration phase here. And then there is going to come a time in fall specifically. I do not think it was a coincidence that I was standing outside my actual house here, and I'm looking at exactly what I saw in my dream. All of my trees, they all had dead leaves on them. It was fall. It was clearly fall. But there was snow coming down very peacefully. Like I said, the winter snow usually happens when? In January and February, the winter months, right? Because winter starts, around halfway through December. So the winter months, January and February, where the bear market usually takes over, I feel like we are going to have something happen in the markets that's going to look like a bear market, or the stock market's going to crash in what time? Fall. I believe it's going to happen in fall to line up with this. But before I stepped outside and I saw winter in fall, my neighbor was hooking me up with 10x internet speed. So I believe, if I'm wrong about this, there's a record here that I'm wrong, okay? I believe there is going to be an acceleration first before we see a crash in fall. And based off this, how do we take this information and where do we go from here? Well, this morning, which it's Friday, you guys are watching me in our future forecast talk to you about how to exit altcoins at their peak prices, how to use Fibonacci extensions. Because I believe if this is going to come true, there's going to be price appreciation that happens here pretty quickly. And I would say, being September 12th, I believe within the next 30 to 60 days, you are going to see altcoins explode and do very, very well. Okay. You then, I believe, I'm not your financial advisor, I believe there needs to be substantial profit taking, because I believe there is going to become this event. And I'm going to say it's going to happen in fall because I saw fall and I saw winter overlay itself on top of fall. And that is going to cause cryptocurrencies to go down, and it's going to cause the stock market, I believe, to go down. What are the safe havens? The Lord will not stop talking to me lately, guys, about buying silver. Before I go to bed, my wife and I usually take communion almost every day. I probably like to do it tonight. I'll go to bed with this journal right here. And lately he's been speaking to me, go buy more silver. Go buy more silver. So I believe silver is actually about ready to make a move within the next months here that will probably shock people. And I would not doubt if silver actually goes past what I think, $50 by the end of the year. It could happen a lot sooner than that. And so I'm saying this just to prepare you guys. I think something major is coming, a move up, grab those exits. Me personally, put cash on the sidelines to then grab the crash and then look at what you're going to be investing into in the long term based off your legacy portfolio, which we hold on our ledger, and then looking to buy that which will do incredibly well if the stock market goes down and collapses. And I believe that's going to be gold and silver, specifically silver, because it's the greatest short squeeze that will ever happen in the history of our lives will be silver going past $50. So watch the future forecast I came out with this morning at tradeconfident.io. There's a link in the description teaching you guys how to time Fibonacci extensions. But I feel that I need to release this right now. I believe the June 8th prophecy is going to come true, and you are going to see increase in the crypto market, and then there's going to be a decrease. Winter will overlay itself on fall, and fall will see the stock market, and I believe some cryptocurrencies fall as well in the fall. I love you guys, and I hope this blesses you, and pray wisdom over everyone listening to this. All right, bye guys, and I'll see you in the future forecast.